Hey, fragrance lovers and enthusiasts, welcome back. It's Benjamin here at the Scented Dark Fragrance, at it again with another fragrance. Today it's Roses Vanille by Mancera. Now, this is going to be a very funny review because this fragrance is very, very different from what I expected, and I have a lot to say about it. Now, first off, this fragrance is not what you're going to expect either. This is not a rosy fragrance or really a vanilla fragrance. This is more of a juice fragrance. Yes, more of a juicy, like a syrupy juice fragrance. If you've ever smelled apple juice, you know what I'm talking about. It has a signature smell to it, and this fragrance has a little bit of that as its core DNA, and that's mostly what I'm getting out of this fragrance, is a signature, almost like an apple, out of this fragrance. It is a little bit dense. It has that Mancera richness and smoothness out of that fragrance. And again, this fragrance is mostly just apple juice. It does have some supporting notes, of course, with the rose, but the rose isn't overtly fresh. I think that this fragrance, maybe it would be better if the rose was more fresh and more, of an authentic rose. It's just lending a little bit of powderiness, and you can notice it just a little bit. But the rose is not a big player in this fragrance, and the vanilla doesn't feel like a big player in this fragrance either. The vanilla is a little bit creamy, perhaps, maybe a little bit dusty, but isn't a big player. In the dry down, you do notice it a little bit more, but overall, this syrupy, sweet, fruity kind of cocktail of a DNA is kind of dominating the composition. Now, am I bashing this fragrance? No. This fragrance is just not what I expected by the name. When I looked at the name, I was expecting a fresh, bright rose, something that's very, rose-like, very dispersive, very floral, very fresh, and I was expecting a vanilla to come through, adding some creaminess or some powderiness, and really giving the fragrance, a completely different feel from what this is. So I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying that this is maybe not what you're expecting. Now that you understand what this fragrance is, what do I think about it, just as the smell goes on? Of course, I'll share more with my final thoughts. I think that this smells great. I think it smells very playful and very fruity. I think that both ladies who are younger, young women, and I think both mature ladies can appreciate this fragrance. It's playful enough without being girly, a girly girl fragrance, and it also has, enough character to it that doesn't smell boring. But if you like really complex floral fragrances, if you're deep into niche, this is more of like an everyday wear fragrance. This is more of a fragrance that you can wear out and about, where you want a lot of performance, and we'll talk about that performance, but something that definitely can get you noticed and smells a little bit upscale. The Mancera fragrances always have a nice smell about them and a nice feel. I don't think I would say it's particularly classy, but it's certainly playful and certainly smells like quality. So it's a good fragrance overall. What do I think about the longevity? Man, guys, Mancera fragrances always do it right. They focus on longevity, and that's what they care about. This fragrance is easily going to give you 7, 8, 9, 10 hours. I wouldn't be amazed if a lady out there sprays this on her clothes and says she gets 16 hours of performance on her clothes. This Mancera fragrance stands up, and most Mancera fragrances have pretty good darn longevity. So you won't be disappointed with this one. Compliment factor-wise, I did wear this out like once, but I didn't wear this out very often, so I can't tell y'all much about the compliment factor. All I can tell you is that when I brought this bottle, I didn't want to go out and wear this on my skin very much, but I did bring the bottle around, and I did let ladies wear it and smell it and test it, and what they thought about it is that it was very fun, very easygoing, but it also was, pretty nice. Again, they felt the same way I did. Maybe not the classiest fragrance in the world, but it definitely has a little bit of something maybe posh. If you're a girl in high school or maybe a junior at college and you're wearing this, you might smell like the rich girl. I'm just going to put it that way. It's a nice smell. It smells it smells delightful and playful and easygoing. But again, if you're a niche head, this Mancera fragrances often don't have the most complexity to them. That's not what the fragrance is about. But compliment factor, I think, is pretty nice, and it's a really nice, easygoing fragrance. It's very versatile, very easy to wear. In the high summer heat, if you have to go easy on the trigger. I think it could become cloying in the very high summer heat. But as far as versatility goes, this is a 24/7 fragrance. This is all year round. This is easy to wear. And even though it is a little bit more fresh and a little bit more easygoing, Mancera fragrances have good performance, and you could overspray or spray a little bit more, like 6 sprays, and get away with this during the winter. So, good fragrance, very solid release from Mancera. Let's talk about my final thoughts with the price. Y'all know that Mancera fragrances often go on sale. You can often grab them or snap them up for 80 odd dollars. If you can find a Mancera fragrance that you enjoy for 80 odd dollars, I think you're getting a steal. I think you're getting a fantastic fragrance. Often some of their new releases, like this one that doesn't go on sale very often, is often anywhere from 150 $180 or so for the full size bottle. And honestly, for that kind of price, I think that you're getting a fair price, but it's not great. There are other brands like Serge Lutens, Carnar Barcelona, the other fragrance brands that maybe for that, retail price maybe would be better. I think that this brand is great for those who maybe don't want the most complicated fragrance, and maybe they don't want to be overtly unique, but they want to be playful. Mancera fragrances add a lot of sweetness, making them smell modern and mass appealing, good on the compliments, and Mancera fragrances also really focus on the longevity. And if you like smooth fragrances that are well-rounded, Mancera really does that well, does a really good job of that as well. So overall, a solid release, a very nice release, very different from what I expected and maybe what you expected, but a very solid fragrance, very well done. But again, don't go into this thinking it's a rose vanilla fragrance. Think of it as the juice. It is the juice fragrance. So let me know, what do you think about this fragrance down below? Have you tried this fragrance? Do you like this fragrance? Have you tried it? I think that this is a beautiful fragrance overall, and I would recommend this maybe for a lady who's, maybe, 25, maybe a little bit younger. Maybe she's well-to-do. Maybe she has rich parents. I think that this would be a great fragrance when you maybe want something playful, but you don't want something that's a girly girl fragrance. So, great release from Mancera. Pretty recommended. I think that this is a great fragrance for the ladies, and I'll see you next time, my friends. Let me know again in the comment section below. Help me out. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video, and tell a friend. And again, I didn't mention the notes. A lot of people don't seem to like me talking about the notes. As a reviewer, I'm here to tell you how the fragrance sounds and how it feels. So let me know also in the comment section below, do you want me to go deeper into the notes? If it's a fragrance that's very unique or very interesting in that way, I'll do my due diligence and I'll tell y'all about the notes. But most people don't, it doesn't seem like they care about me talking about the notes. They just want to know if it smells good. So you tell me, what do you want? Anyways, I'll see you next time, my friends. Wear what you love and rock what you got. And this one's a little beauty. And I'll see you next time, everybody. And then bye.